Hi guys, John Piccarello here from Lions Pride, and today I want to talk to you about learning to accentuate the positive. And in a negative world, it's important to speak positive things. I'm all for possibility thinking, positive thinking, as long as it's rooted in reality. A lot of people just go pie in the sky and they fail. However, the benefits of accentuating the positive are invaluable. In fact, when you're negative, your thoughts will go south really quick, and some research shows there's a 5-to-1 ratio of damage that does. What happens, you begin to lean toward the negative, see the things that can go wrong and not the possibilities of what can go right, and you'll end up having 5 negative words for every positive. So you can reverse that by accentuating the positive, and the first thing to do is do not allow your emotions to drive your thinking. That's the huge part. And whether you're negative or positive, your emotions do come into play, and you need to learn how to manage your emotions. And as leaders and managers, it's important to model stability. And our emotions are the most unstable things you can imagine if they're not managed, because you'll begin to feel things. And if you key into that, they may not be right. It just might be our own phobias, our own negative thinking. So when you accentuate the positive, you'll find that your speech becomes more empowering. Your demeanor also is more upbeat. And also, it's easier to motivate your team, motivate your people. And I remember when I was a manager way back in the 1980s, and I took my first step toward management and leadership. And when I had that first team, the first thing I did with them was become very relational. And then, of course, I used a lot of humor, and I complimented them at every single turn. Everything they did right, I magnified it much more than it actually was. I didn't lie to them. I just made a big thing about it. And what happened is, by accentuating the positive, I had a well-adjusted team. We loved each other. We laughed together. And even if someone had a bad day, if it was really that bad, if something happened, we'd cry together. And it was just a great team. And long story short, why did I bring that up? It's because when I took that management position, the job was really difficult for several managers before me. And I found out the one right before I was hired was robbing the owner. And it was a small retail business in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. And I had to take that over. And absentee manager, was a great guy. We became friends for 30 some odd years after that. Taught me everything he knew. And one of the things I did by accentuating the positive in everything from finances, customer relationships, everything, in 24 months, turned that business around from losing to being profitable enough where the owner was able to sell it at a profit. So accentuating the positive is a lot more than just positive thinking. It changes things. It charges the atmosphere with anticipation, and it really spurs creativity among your team. Positive thinking may not get you the answer for everything and solve all your problems, but it'll certainly get you a whole lot further than negative thinking ever will. So accentuate the positive, shift the atmosphere into a more friendly, worker-friendly, and affirming atmosphere, and watch what happens in the future. I guarantee you'll reverse that ratio to a 5-to-1 ratio that the people you hire will be more well-adjusted and more exciting about working in that kind of work environment. So until next time, accentuate the positive.